I've done so many accounts. It is ridiculous. I spent the last 2.5 years in prop from hell just doing degenerate ass shit. And it's to the point where some days I just be in my room, no lights on, just so pissed because I'm like, dude, what the hell am I doing, man? I can't believe I'm that dumb. It took me about 2 years to get my first payout with TPT. And I think from there, something kind of changed and I started believing it was possible, which kind of gave me the confidence to lock in and grind this out to try to get the next payout. Last month, January 2026, was the first time I ever took out multiple payouts in a single month. And I actually got all the way up to 4K in payouts. It was like the first time I ever felt like my head was above water and that I'm actually seeing a reward for all the hard work that I put in. So if you're stuck in a dark place like I was, I wanted to share these 3 things that I think might help you get out of that. And hopefully it's something you can implement into your trading. The first thing I wanted to talk about was DLL. So this one's probably one of the biggest ones for me. And as boring as it is, I hated setting a DLL. Like I swear, it's because I'm such a freaking sore loser and I have a really big problem with revenge trading. But I really do think it'll save your account for real. If you look over here on the 16th, I hit a $1,200 DLL, which is the Lucid DLL. And it's about 60% of the total allowable loss. I was so freaking pissed that day. I wanted to throw my keyboard through the window. And then you look at the next day, I hit my own personal DLL about $500. Man, I was about to snap my desk in half. I had to shut off my computer and go directly to the gym, just like screaming in the car, like, what the are you doing? But after that, like I respected the DLL and I got to live to fight another day. So if you look at the rest of the days, I was able to string together quite a few consistent small green days. And that got me all the way down from negative 1,700 all the way to plus 2,300, which is for me like a proud moment. Second rule I wanted to talk about was the scaling pipeline. And it's really all about like account management. The most important thing for me was trying to like figure out which account worked best for me. So the flex, ultimately when it came out, like was kind of like a game changer for me because you don't have any consistency rules. You don't have any like profit targets, which was really, really big for me because I was always fixated on profit targets. All you needed to do was have a $100 minimum day for 5 days and you could take a payout. So once I started trading the flex, it helped a lot more with kind of just like focusing on having green days versus trying to get to like a target. And then all the while, my other pro account was kind of in the background and still like slowly recovering to get to like a bigger payout, which I wanted to kind of treat like a cash account. The second thing was copying Eval. So for me, I didn't want to buy 5 evals at a time, blow them all up, buy 5, blow them all up. So I want to scale them one by one slowly. So the way I worked it was I would pass one eval first. And after I passed that one, I start copying a second eval onto the live account. And then depending on what happens for the live account will determine what I do next. So if I get a payout on that live account, then I'll start copying a second live account and then a new eval from there. But if I blow that up, then I'll at least have another live account to go. For me, the reason I thought this is really important is because I hated going back into like the eval hamster wheel, trying to YOLO to get out of it. It was just like break my process all the time and make me do a bunch of like stupid shit. So for me, I think this really helped with like just making sure I have like sustained live accounts to continuously use and then slowly scale through copy trading and give myself more like risk and payout opportunities by doing that. This probably isn't news to anyone, but the other one is like really, really being good about journaling and detailing your trades. For me, I think there wasn't really like I never really heard good explanations on like how you should journal. Everyone just kind of says like, oh, write down your emotions, track your P&L, look at your setups and those type of things. But I think there's a lot more to journaling that really can help you zoom in on like what helps you trade better, right? So for me, like for example, one of the main things I did was I started looking at like day types that I performed well in versus like doing poorly in, right? And I started noticing like ATRs that were like kind of 12 to 15 range and RVOL being like under 100 were situations I did really poorly in. And on the flip side, when ATR was above 17, RVOL was above 110, I would start to do really well. So I noticed that like volatility was like the sweet spot for me where my setups would work out well. My MGI was really reactive. So I think kind of seeing that in the journaling really helped me out, like pinpointing and laser focusing on those type of days a little bit more. Or even like drilling down your setups, right? I started noticing like when I started trading supply and demand, which zones are really good, which ones really sucked, and then like looking at like how does order flow perform in those zones, right? Am I looking for like a delta flip? Am I looking for like a delta fade? Which ones do better in those zones? And just kind of tracking in things like that would really help you hone in and build an edge versus just like writing like, oh, I revenge traded today and lost $500. That was dumb. Or, oh, I shouldn't have chop traded and traded in the middle. Like those type of things to me didn't really help. So I think breaking out this way was a lot more helpful and giving me something like concrete to use and work on for the next time. Pretty much it. So to summarize, make sure you use a DLL, make sure you manage your accounts correctly, choosing the right accounts, copying at the right times, and making sure you always have like a live pipeline of accounts to go so you don't have to jump back into the evals. And then really making sure you dig into your data in a way that's like actionable for the next time, not just writing about your feelings. So yeah, I think those are the big things for me. So if you have any questions, just feel free to leave them in the comments and good luck with trading.